What's good, YouTube? Justin Righteous here. I like to yap on world topics. Back with another reaction video. Let's get straight into it.
Think back to what you've done within the past 24 hours. Okay, that's enough time. If you're a little bit like me, there's a pretty big chance that you've spent at least a little bit of that time on social media. Maybe you spent that time talking to family. Maybe you sent a Russian car crash from Instagram Reels to your friend. Or maybe you spent the past 8 hours doom scrolling in your bed, procrastinating whatever you had to do.
In the past 24 hours, yesterday was Mother's Day, so I was spending time with the family. I did scroll the social media a little bit, though. I'm not going to lie.
Social media can be a place where you can express yourself freely. You can be who you were truly meant to be and get tons of support for it. For the most part. Now, if my experience is similar to anyone else who was a part of Gen Z, it would be that we were the first generation to grow up with social media really playing a big part in our lives. And I mean, that's pretty cool. One of the perks is that we were...
I'm 26, going on 27. I started with MSN, actually. I started with a messenger app. It's like Messenger, but the messenger before Messenger. And I got that when I was, I think, 7 years old, 7, 8. And obviously I'd come back home from school and we'd be messaging our friends for the rest of the night. But even then, like, you had to be in front of a PC. You literally had to be in front of a PC. There wasn't that many laptops back in the day, and there was no phones. There was no smartphones. So if you weren't in front of the PC, you might have been playing video games. You might have been playing the GameCube or something. You're not going to be messaging your friends. But after that, I got Facebook. I got Facebook when I was 10. And Facebook was really, even though you still had to be in front of the computer, Facebook was really like, we was on there. I was on there. And memes started rolling out, and then the rest is history. So I guess social media did play a huge part in my growing up, but I still had time to see what life was like before social media.
You were almost never bored. There's always something on there to keep you entertained. Like, think of how lucky we are. People from the 1300s didn't have things like TikTok or Instagram or Mr. Beast. No, when people were bored back then, they had the Black Plague. Ooh. Now listen, although I think it's a huge perk that we have such easy access to dopamine and stimulation, largely thanks to short form content like TikTok and YouTube Shorts, I think it comes with a little bit of a side effect of not.
But mind you, the existential concern that he's really bringing up is really, it really mostly started with short form content. It got way worse with short form content, and short form content is only 5 years old, mind you.
Being able to be without it. Now, I'm not saying that everybody has had this problem before, because that's not true. But I sure have. When I was in high school, I spent way too much time scrolling on TikTok or Instagram Reels, which I think made my attention span a little bit worse than it was before. My attention span was already fried to begin with, but you know what most definitely didn't help? Watching 30-second videos with gameplay and subtitles to keep me invested.
Oh my
Gen
God.
Z currently has the shortest attention span with around 8 seconds.
That is crazy. That is crazy. But I mean, then again, scientists and experts, they're studying to figure out if ADHD is still a disorder, because everyone has it. This is what's going on right now. Every kid has a short attention span now because of social media. So we are trying to figure out how to diagnose ADHD. And if it's really a disorder, or, you know, if it's just a normal human behavioral thing.
That's similar to a fucking goldfish. How the hell are we as advanced as we are with cities and functioning societies, yet we're nearly getting beat out by these things? And with people continuing to get social media access at such a young age, I'm not really sure that this is something that's...
Did you see what that kid was doing, bro? There's no way he's double tagging the iPad and the phone, scrolling and playing. That is no. There's
social
no
media
way.
access at such a young age, I'm not really sure that this is something that's ever going to change in the future. If anything, it's just going to get 10 times worse. Sure, right now we may have the same attention span
we
of
love
a
it.
goldfish,
It feels
but who
good.
knows? Maybe 10 years from now, we won't be any smarter than a bacteria. See, it's a bit of a double-edged sword because it does have quite a bit of positives, but I feel there are just as many negatives to it. For starters, I think it's really cool that with an app on your phone, you're able to go viral and blossom an entire career from that. For example, the Hawk Tuah girl, she's doing pretty well. But
That's
then,
the whole
with
point of
people
the
seeing
internet.
Potential in becoming successful online, you also have more and more people trying to become influencers. And these people are willing to do anything to get a little tiddly.
Yeah, but think about it. If influencers make so much money, then there has to be a reason. There has to be a reason. That's how the economy works, right? Humans put their money towards what humans want. So if influencers make a lot of money, then that means that we love that. Like it's a benefit to us. Seeing influencers benefits our lives.
Wink of attention from strangers online, a few little Reddit updates. You know, back in the olden days, when you would ask children what they wanted to be when they grew up, a lot of them would say that they wanted to be a scientist or a doctor, you know, something that helps improve society. Now when you ask, a lot of them say they want to be an influencer of some sort.
That's true.
With this being the case, I've seen more and more people trying to go viral on YouTube and TikTok.
I said I remember I wanted to be an inventor. Hopefully I can still be that.
By just being annoying in public. I know that I'm most definitely gonna sound like an old man telling kids to get off his lawn, but I think that these prank videos coming from kids who are no older than 14 and they go into a Walmart or a Target and just act annoying is not funny. In fact, I think it's pretty fucking cringe to use the general public as your own little NPC for your prank video that's only gonna get comments from like-minded annoying teenagers.
I think it's kind of funny.
These videos all come from people
I don't
who
mind
look
it.
the exact same too. It's like their own little carbon copy of each other. Now, I really wish I could say it was just kids doing this type of content, but unfortunately, there are grown-ass dudes making content like this doing arguably worse. Get this. Back in December of 2024, a 27-year-old man went into a Walmart and filmed himself spraying bug killer on fruits as a prank.
I heard about that.
I refuse to believe that this guy with a clear mind decided it was a good idea not only to put the general public at risk by poisoning food, but then posting it himself on TikTok. Keep in mind, this is a grown man doing this. 27 years old is not young. At this point, you should start a family, you know, save up for a house, instead of acting like a fucking idiot on TikTok. The things that people will do for the littlest bit of internet attention will never cease to amaze me. I think with the amount of time Gen Z has spent online, we've seen a lot more at a younger age than we probably should have seen. Like, we deadass might be the first generation that is almost fully desensitized to violence. When you're scrolling on social media, it's ridiculous how fast you can—
We are definitely not desensitized to violence. Or maybe we are, but I mean, I think if we see violence in person, then it will be a completely different story, right? Because there's definitely less violence now than there was before.
Go from a video of a cute kitten enjoying the joys of life to the most disturbing shock video you've seen, all in the matter of 30 seconds. You know, there's a specific category of video that's gotten a lot easier to access with social media. I'm not really sure I can say it due to guidelines on YouTube.
We all know what it is. I'm
but
not,
just
I'm
know
not
that
gonna,
it rhymes with words like door, store, vol. These types of videos are everywhere on social media, and I've been seeing them since I was—
Oh, he's talking about something else. He's too young.
Relatively young age, and I wouldn't be surprised if you have too, whether it was voluntarily or against your own will. In school, there was always that one weirdo dude who would approach people and just show you the most disturbing video you've ever seen.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm like that with my friends.
Somehow connected to the CIA with the way that he was getting these videos that seemingly came straight out of a war zone. I would be sitting there at like 7 in the morning, and this kid would show me a video of some guy getting absolutely up, getting shot in the and then getting and then bro, I woke up 45 minutes ago. This is the absolute last thing that I want to see right now. It is not normal that I've been shown so many of these videos throughout my lifetime that they just don't bother me. I have no idea what happened, but a couple months ago at the time of recording this video, for an entire day, Instagram Reels was showing nothing but these types of videos. I woke up on this fine morning, had a delicious breakfast, and
February 26th? What was I doing? I don't know, man. I don't know what I was doing, man. I think I was on reading week. I was studying. I deleted Instagram for that week because I had to study. Wow, that's crazy.
Decided to go on Instagram Reels, where I was promptly shown a video of a man getting shot, and each video just kept getting worse and worse. Now, Meta would eventually come out and apologize and say that it was an
What?
algorithm malfunction,
No
but that's even more
way.
concerning. Are you telling me there are people who voluntarily have this type of stuff as their algorithm? Yeah, no, at that point, just lock these people up. They're a danger to our society. It's
Maybe
not
I'm
just
a
those
danger to
kinds
society.
of videos that are more easily accessible to a younger generation. It's the other types too, like corn.
That's
Corn on the
okay.
cob, by the way.
That's
From
what
the
I thought
moment
he was
started
talking about at
using
first.
social media consistently in my early teens, I quickly began to notice just how many of these specific adult videos were on places like Instagram.
Yeah, see? So it wasn't like that when I first started using social media. This really started, this whole corn epidemic, whatever you want to call it. Personally, I think it's whatever. It's whatever. I think it just shows us what humans really want. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. But this started during COVID. People don't realize this. OnlyFans was not a corn site. Now you hear OnlyFans, you think corn. But it wasn't like that before. It wasn't like that before COVID, specifically deadass. Like, it was just a website where creators can bring like the most like their biggest fans onto a paid subscription content platform where they would show like exclusive content to like their most valuable fans, right? But now, I mean, that's just what it is now. Like, but then again, I don't really see no problem with it, to be honest. I think the problem is hiding it from like children. That's like, you know, the challenge that we're facing now. But then again, every generation has their own challenges, and as time goes on, the challenges of censoring, you know, things for your kids is just gonna get worse and worse.
Or, no, Instagram was about it. At least until Twitter was bought out by Elon. When I was like 13, I would constantly be scrolling on Instagram, and I would see a meme page that I follow promote some girl's private profile enticing you to click the red chili pepper in her bio for the small price of $35. Dude, I'm just trying to watch my dank memes. I don't care about your profile. As annoying as it was, that seemed to be as far as it would ever go, though. You would simply ignore it or unfollow, whatever worked, and then go on with your day.
Yeah,
However,
exactly.
once OF was introduced, things got a whole lot different. Once this website was introduced, these types of things were almost inescapable, and even today they still are. I bet you right now, if you started a fresh Twitter account, within 3 minutes you would see somebody promoting their page.
Yeah,
when
for
I'm
sure,
reading a
especially
Twitter
on
thread
X.
about 2000s nostalgia, the last thing that
Especially
I
on
want to
X.
see is some girl promoting herself. And this is
And
something
Instagram.
that definitely could and has had a negative effect on some people who are in Gen Z, and it can even be a danger for Gen Alpha too. If they grow up seeing this type of stuff, they get an unrealistic view of people. Way too many times have I seen people on social media sexualizing a woman who's doing nothing more than like a makeup tutorial. And I think one of the issues that social media has caused is a sense of false reality. A lot of the that you see on here is so fake. When you see celebrities like Kylie Jenner posting selfies where she looks like the most gorgeous woman on earth,
she's
handcrafted
completely
by
made up.
goddesses, do you genuinely think that
She's
she
completely
looks like
redone.
this 100% of the time? Of course not. You guys are aware Photoshop and face filters are a real thing, right?
And lip
But young
fillers.
people may not know that, and that can be pretty damaging
And
to your
plastic
mental health.
surgery.
Long story short, yeah, social media definitely has some negative effects on Gen Z, which was kind of the point of this video. Let's go get that guy over there. Hey, you!
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yes, of course I'm talking to you.
Oh, hello there.
Are you tired of shitty energy drinks that are probably horrible for your health?
Yeah, they give me kidney stones. It really
That
I
hurts.
think
is
this is
a
an ad.
cheaper and diabetic safe. Well, you already got me hooked. But also,
That's enough for the video. Thank you for watching. I think I'm gonna end on a little message here, you know, because the name of the video is Social Media Ruined Gen Z, so I'm gonna give my opinion on that. Social media made it harder for Gen Z to navigate through the social world, for sure. For sure. No, okay. Social media made it easier for Gen Z to navigate through the social world if you know how to use it right, but it definitely made it harder to, like deal with like self-esteem and things like that. So if you're the type of person that like you're already like anxious, or you already have low self-esteem and things like that, social media makes it worse. But if you're an extrovert and that's not really a problem for you, then social media makes it way easier. So you gotta learn how to navigate through social media. This is something that needs to be learned, right? I think we should all like read books on it, take courses on it, because it's a skill. It's a skill to navigate the social world. It was always a skill to navigate the social world, even before social media. Some people were better at it, some people were bad at it. Social media just enhances that. Social media just makes it much more of a pervasive thing, right? So it's a skill that can be learned. It's a skill that can be learned. So I encourage everyone to learn, to watch a lot of YouTube tutorials, how to talk to girls, how to act around girls, the right things to say to girls, how to act on social media, what to believe on social media, what not to believe on social media. I think this is very, very important, and it would be a great benefit to your life. Definitely. That being said, Gen Z is the most creative generation on earth, and we are also the smartest, despite having all these problems. Because we're the smartest, because we know everything. We have all the information right at our fingertips. So use that to your advantage. And let's get lit. Let's build a better future for, Gen Alpha, Gen Beta, and the rest of humanity, for ourselves also. That being said, leave your thoughts on the comments down below. I always mess up that part, don't I? Leave your thoughts on the comments down below. I really want to know what you think about the video. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Like the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.